Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. Today I'd like to talk about Amazon KDP reports, because if you are selling on Amazon KDP, you need to know, what is selling, how much have you sold, and what are your royalties, and what are the payments that you have received already. Now, currently, and you might know that if you are selling on KDP, there isn't really a lot you can do. I mean, there is under the sales dashboard, and that is quite good, to be honest. You can see all your sales. So I've already had one sale in May now, and I had 14 sales in April of no content lined notebook journals. And then you can see your royalties here, and then you can actually generate a report. And when you generate the report, you can actually see what has sold. But the trouble is, if you have a lot of books online, and you have some maybe even with the same title or very similar title, you might not always know, if you read something on the Excel file, because that's what the report eventually is. It's just an Excel file which tells you the royalties you've earned, where you've sold it, on which marketplace of Amazon, on which Amazon marketplace, and what the title of the book is. But then if you have 2 or 3 books with the same title but just a different cover design, you might struggle, and that's what I sometimes do. And there are a few more things you can do here, but nothing really that gives you a visual indication of how it's going and how it's selling. And you can't really do a lot of you can't really go through the statistics. And normally what I like to do, I really like to play around with data. I like analyzing stuff, and I like to know exactly what I've sold. I need to know what I need to focus on in the future, because only if I have a good view of my current state and what is currently happening, then I can plan for the future, and then I can really make decisions that will help my business. Now, what Amazon KDP has done, and that might have been there for a while, to be honest, but I have only noticed it today, is this here. So try the new KDP Reports beta. So obviously it's still in the testing phase, but you can click on it and then you get to a completely new dashboard. So this dashboard here, when you come to the dashboard, it gives you today's estimated royalties based on sales today. So I haven't made a single sale today. I've made one yesterday on the 1st of May. But this already gives you a visual indication of what has actually sold this month, because this is the book that has sold yesterday for me. And then you can click on orders here on the left hand side, and when you click on orders, you can actually choose a date here. So for example, the last 30 days, last 90 days, month to date, or even a custom range. You can go reporting view as overall or compare, where you can compare different things. You can even select filters, which wasn't possible before. And if you scroll down here, then you get a much better chart, a line chart, but you can also select bar chart. And when you scroll down here, you can actually see your best sellers in the given range that you have selected. So for example, here I can see all the books with cover, with actual design, and that was not there before. So all of these here, for example, these are all the books that have sold in the last 30 days. So 13 sales in the last 30 days. And I also see how many which have sold and how often. So the first one here is actually sold twice, and I immediately see which one it is. So I get the visual indication, I get the cover, I see the cover. And that is what is so helpful for me. And that is so good, because before that I had to generate a report, and often I just didn't do it because it takes long, and I only received the Excel file. So I probably had an idea of what the design was, but I wasn't 100% sure, because I have a lot of, let's say, different designs, but lined notebooks in a similar niche, which might have a similar title or the same title even. And then it is so hard for me to understand and to see, what was actually selling, because when I know, or when I have this in an overview and I see what has actually sold, then I immediately know what style is currently selling or what has sold, so I can create more of these designs. And that is so helpful, and that wasn't there before. Now I'm not going to play around with this a lot here, because it is so slow still, and that's probably because it's in a beta phase at the moment. So when you play around here, for example, if I now click on, if I change the date range to the last 90 days, for example, it might just freeze, and that's what it's doing now, and it just takes very long, so it probably won't update this for the next 20 or 30 seconds. So this is why it's still not great, but it is much better than what we had before. And I'm actually using this on a Chrome browser at the moment because my Firefox, it just didn't update it on Firefox. So you may want to use Chrome when you do this. But what you can also do is KENP, but this is only, I think, when they when someone is borrowing your book, so not really suitable or needed for print-on-demand sellers. Right, and then there is a royalties estimator as well, which will estimate the royalties for you in the current month or in the previous month. So I've now selected April, and I've selected British pounds, so 18 British pounds, which is probably around 25 to 30 US dollars I will receive for April. And the good thing here is that you can also, much better even than in the previous dashboards that I showed you, you can see which book has sold and how many royalties you will receive for each book. And what's even better is that down here you can see all the designs which have sold and which you can see in the diagram, in the chart. And you can see underneath each design here, you can see a color. So each design that has sold, or each book that has sold, has a certain color in the chart, which makes it even easier to see which one is standing out and which one is receiving, for which book you get the highest royalty. So that is so useful, I think. And you can even scroll to the right here because there might be some more designs. And again, every design has a certain color. And you can also select on the chart, you can select the line chart, or you can select bar chart, which I even like a bit more, because it much more clearly shows you how many royalties for each book and on which day, which is very, very, very useful. And again, you can see the designs down here. So I think this is actually the best chart for analyzing because you can clearly see it. And I like the colors. I really so much like the color option there. Very useful. Then you can go to payments here on the left-hand side as well, under statements, and then you can see all your payments. So far I haven't really received a lot, only around 10 British pounds. So I guess the first payment was end of March, I think, and that was for January. And then end of April I've only received this here, and that was for February probably. And only in March and April my sales really went up. And I mean, I started to upload in December, then January I had 3 sales, in February I had 5, in March I had 10, and in April I had 14. So I will get these more significant payouts probably not before end of May and end of June. And also you can download a report, which will definitely help you with taxes and everything, and your income reports and everything. Now what I recommend is, and I did that as well, you can take a survey here. And you can tell them what works, what doesn't work with you, for you on this new report. And I recommend that you do it because this is so much better than what we had before. And I really like it. And it just shows that a lot is happening on Amazon. I mean, as you probably know, on Amazon Merch, they are currently doing some huge changes in terms of, the tier up system and everything. And now on KDP, they seem to improve a lot of things as well, which is really nice and positive. And yeah, I have taken the survey and I recommend you do the same. Obviously, it is still a testing report system at the moment, but it actually works much better than what we had before. All right, so hopefully you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on my print-on-demand journey, then subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.